Welcome to the High Pressure Podcast with me, George Rotterman.
And me, Marie Williams. Brought to you by Reliably Ratterman.
Bringing you industry news and trends.
Plus, insightful conversations with industry leaders.
Let's get to today's show.
All right, we are going to jump into another quick session of the High Pressure Podcast. These are the solution sessions where we look at a customer question via email or phone call and then bring on a specialist at Ratterman to answer that. Today we have Devon Goodman, who is our Northeast sales manager. Welcome, Devon, to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so let's dive into the customer question. It says, "Hey, Devon, I'm reaching out because our team at blank has been encountering reoccurring issues with our liquid cylinders. While we've managed to handle some of the basic repairs, there are more complex problems that we're struggling to address effectively. Given the importance of these cylinders to our daily operations, we're very interested in receiving professional training to improve our repair and maintenance skills. I was wondering if you offer any on-site training programs for liquid cylinder repair. If so, we would love to arrange a session where your experts could visit our facility and train our maintenance team." So, Devon, what is your reply to this?
Yeah, we definitely do. If you have one of our catalogs on hand, page 29B-6, it kind of gives you a general overview, but I'll try to give you an overview too of what that consists of. The cylinder repair class is like geared to being able to diagnose like any and all problems that you might run into with your liquid cylinders, whether that's a bad vacuum or your economizer, pressure builder, safeties. It will give you the knowledge and enable you to diagnose the cylinders and fix them. You're not able to fix the vacuum. That's going to have to be sent off for repair, but anything other than that, safeties or freezing up or, like I said, the economizers or pressure builders, we will be able to diagnose those if you have the hands-on training with your local sales rep and Craig Pagano, our national sales manager, who's been doing it for over 20 years. And but yeah, it just gives you an overall good understanding on the operation of a liquid cylinder. I just did my first one back in May, and it was really good just to get a general overview and obviously dive into how to repair them properly.
That's awesome. So you just did your first class, like you mentioned. How did that come about? Why did the customer want to do that class?
So they actually had a newer batch of some of our cylinders that were acting up, or they thought were acting up. And they were already thinking about doing this liquid repair training. We ended up saying, hey, let's schedule this. And we went on site and were able to, there was nothing wrong with the cylinders. They were set up for dual pressure usage, and they were just a little confused on how that went about. And they scheduled it, and we went out there, and not only did we, clarify that the ones they just got in were good, we were able to, they had about 6 or 7 ones that were out of rotation that we were able to get our hands on, fix, and put back in rotation for them.
That's incredible. So as a customer, if I'm a customer and I don't do this class, but I have cylinders that need maintenance, what does that look like? Like, what would I instead have to do?
Yeah, so normally that involves, palletizing them, scheduling freight and shipping them to someone that does repair liquid cylinders. I know, US Tank is one of those vendors that can do that. They're great. And it might turn out that, hey, you still do need to send it to US Tank if it does have a bad vacuum. That's not something you can fix on site. You need special certifications to repair that. So, but yeah, just in freight alone, shipping 6 of these is usually $1,000 to $2,000, and then plus parts and freight back. So round trip freight on that's going to be $2,000 to $4,000, I would say, just for 6 cylinders. So depending on how many you have, it could get quite pricey. The cost of the class itself is $4,500, and it pays for itself in in one go.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that you were able to get 6 tanks back out into the field for that customer, that pays for it right there. So if I'm a customer and I have 20 tanks a year, or however 10 tanks a year that need repair that aren't out there working for me,
Yeah.
this would obviously pay for that very quickly and some. During your experience at your first do a repair training class, what did you notice? What were some of the learnings that you guys gave to the customers? What are some of those bullet points?
Yeah, so it's a 2-day course. The first day is all not really book work. It's just Craig puts up a PowerPoint. We go over the PowerPoint. We give you one of these folders or one of these booklets here, and mine's all doodled up and take notes on it. So the first day is all going through it, learning how a liquid cylinder works, and then going over all the parts and pieces. And the second day is all hands on. So yeah, after we're done, you get lunch and all that fun stuff. But after you're done with the first day, hopefully, I would think the customer that would be interested in this should have some liquid cylinders there that they're having issues with, and we would come in there and we'd start breaking them down and figuring out what's wrong, and see if we can't diagnose it.
Amazing. And how does learning in their work environment improve the training?
Yeah, I mean, I think when it's in your work environment, it's where you're at every day. It's you know what tools are available to you there. If there's something you don't have, we're able to say, hey, well, you should get this or that, and have this on site. Or maybe Craig gave our customer certain points of like how to set up a workspace to repair the cylinders to make it as efficient and make sure you're not setting a wrench down somewhere or something and forgetting where you put it. It's nice that you set up an area for them, and kind of makes it streamlined to be able to fix and diagnose the cylinders.
Absolutely. So if I were the customer, it also sounds like the cost savings comes with being able to diagnose a cylinder. Does this have a bad vacuum, or is this something that I have to really send off, or is this something I could just take care of in-house?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because if it does have a bad vacuum, it's going to need to be sent out. So we do sell NER gauges for the different gases. Basically, that's just a specialized gauge that you put onto the cylinder. You let it fill. You have to have some product in it, and you let that sit for 24 hours, and you'll come back, and if the gauge, depending on what the gauge reads, it'll be able to tell you, hey, it has a bad vacuum or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, that's where you can really dive into all the other bits and pieces to get it fixed.
And
So
those
we
bits
do
and
provide. Go
okay.
ahead. I
No,
was
I
gonna
was
say we
just
do
gonna ask.
provide, like, before the class comes out, we have an Excel spreadsheet of we get an idea of whose brand cylinders you're using. Hopefully ours, hopefully the Taylor Bortons. But even if it's someone else's, we have a part list of recommended items to keep in stock. If you're going to do the class, you need to get a bench tester. It's just like a little setup with some gauges on it that you're able to plug safeties or other bits and pieces onto to test right there with a high pressure cylinder to make sure the safety's popping at 350 psi or whatever psi safety you have on there. Yeah, it's really cool setup. If you do want to like see some more images of it, it is in that section of the catalog, 29B-6. There's a picture of the bench tester, the gauges we use, and if you're more interested in like maybe the parts you need the stock, I would reach out to your local sales rep, and they'll send that over and get you the full breakdown of what you're looking at.
That's great. And that's, I mean, you somewhat answered it, but where can our customers go? So do we sell all of the products that they're going to need to repair these cylinders? And if so, where do they go to get them?
Yeah, everything. Yeah, like I said, obviously, maybe you have an idea of what you need already, whether it's a safety economizer, pressure builder. In that case, you can just reach out to your regional rep and tell them what you need, and they'll get you covered. But we keep it all in stock because, I mean, that's kind of our bread and butter is the liquid cylinders. And but if you're kind of not positive of what you need, I would, reach out to your rep and say, hey, can I get a copy of that Excel spreadsheet? And it'll give you a breakdown of all the part numbers, recommended stocking quantities, and go from there.
That's awesome. You can also reach us at sales@rmimfg.com or call into our main line to get assisted if you aren't in touch with your territory manager yet. But if you aren't, they're excited to meet you. And then how can customers schedule a liquid cylinder repair class?
Same thing. Reach out to your rep. They're usually scheduled at least 2 months out in advance. Craig's a busy guy and he's the master of it. So he needs to be there. I don't know if any of us are at the point yet to host it, but hopefully we get there at one point. But we need Craig, and he's usually at least doing 1 or 2 a month. And so for us to be able to schedule our travel out and plan around our existing travel, expect to be like 2 months out on that. If it needs to be sooner, maybe it could happen, but yeah, just reach out and tell them you want to set something up, and I'm sure they'll be happy to get it on the books.
Absolutely. And I also want to mention a few times what we've done for some customers. They've wanted to collaborate on classes with like 2 or 3 other distributors. So we pick a location, they come in, and we do like a big group training session. So that's an option as well if you want to split the cost with a friendly distributor.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and then you can have a little party after, I guess. But Devon, thank you so much for your time today. And if you are in the Northeast and you don't know Devon, that'd be far and few between on people because everyone knows Devon. But if you don't, this is your Ratterman territory manager. He is your account rep. He takes great care of our customers. So definitely reach out to him. But thanks, Devon. I hope you have a great day.
Yep. I appreciate it, Marie. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching. Stay up to date with the latest news in the gas and welding industry by clicking on the subscribe button.
And check out one of our other videos to learn more. Find out more about Reliably Ratterman at rmiorder.com.